We should be live. We're waiting on people to come in. Nicole, turn that down. Just let me know if they start saying people join. I only keep it like that for like about a good 2-3 minutes portion, and then I just start talking. So some people rewatch it later.
I see Preston.
Girl, you know what? Preston got all the faces. All the faces. All the faces. So 4 people are watching right now. Oh, I should have fixed my hair. Babe, look. It tells you right there. They just didn't say hi. Hi. It's a little delayed. So
turn it off.
Yes. So we're gonna wait about 2 more minutes.
Too.
You're the one that got off script. I'm just saying. Oh, I don't look dirty, huh? Yes. Oh, let me turn this down. Okay. I'm trying to do a live video and cook at the same time, do a little something. So let's see. We got 5 people watching, 5 people. We're gonna wait. Stick with us, please. Stick with us. We're gonna wait about 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna start. See, 6 people in. Just hang in there. I promise. Just please hang in there. So yes, I got my notes as usual. So I have some things. If you have pencil and paper, go ahead and grab that, because like I said, tonight is budget talk, like monthly household budget talk. And then we're gonna kind of recap what we talked about last time and stuff. Hey, y'all can't be coming on and leaving. Stay here. Stay here. Thank you. Stay here. So, okay, Lexi, don't forget to stir the cabbage. Like I said, I'm trying to cook and do this at the same time. All right. Okay. So, welcome. All that's here. Where you at, babe? Where you at? Look at him. Doesn't he look so much better? He went to the doctor on Monday, y'all. Hey, Jenny. He went to the doctor. He had the flu. Flu A. Flu A. So all them faces and stuff that he was making last week, he was miserable. What you say, Alexis? Oh, we got a whole audience tonight, y'all. So y'all just be ready. So, okay. So we're going to try to make this quick. So like I said before, this is talking about budget. Stop making the faces. So this is talking about monthly budget. Some of the emails and some of the messages I get on Facebook, they ask, how did we do it? What did we start with? So the nerd in me, I have 3 things. I have an Excel spreadsheet that I keep up with all the monthly totals, so I can say, okay, last year.
They ain't on the script. You supposed to be talking about things we forget about.
Stop it. I'm trying to go back. So I have 3 things for the budget. So I have an Excel spreadsheet, like I said before, that I keep up every month with all like the light bill, the gas bill, mortgage payment, everything. So I can say, okay, well, last year it was this amount. And then I have the EveryDollar app. And the reason why I use the EveryDollar app, because once I log in all of the main necessity bills, then I can say, okay, how much we need for clothes, how much we need for what? Date night, how much we need for haircuts and lashes and all that other stuff that we don't put on the monthly sheet.
All the miscellaneous stuff that you know that you're probably going to get.
Yes, exactly. So, but what a lot of people always want to know is the monthly budget. So this is kind of tweaked a little bit. So this is roughly our monthly budget, but I changed some things on it. So we're just going to jump right into it. So I always have like a notebook of some sorts. Either 5x7 or whatever, and I do 12 sheets, especially if I'm bored at home and I don't have nothing else to do. I have 12 sheets. So what I do on my sheet of paper, and I can't tell if this is going to be flipped. I write the month.
It's not a mirror, it's a camera. It's not going to be flipped.
Yes, it will.
Sometimes it does flip.
So it's right there with you.
Okay, so I put the month. So this is example, and if you get paid every pay period or every Friday, you write those out. So we write those out. If you get paid once a month or if you get paid twice a month, I have another sheet to show you because at one time when we first started this, Preston was getting paid once a month and then I was getting paid twice, every bi-weekly. So it'd be the same setup, but it'll be March the 1st, the 13th, the 27th. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk about it. So I have a sheet of paper in this same notebook for every single month. So then what you do is you take all of your bills, if you have bills and debt, whatever, you look at the due date. Wherever the due date is. So like for this, I have the mortgage. The mortgage is due on the 5th, right? So even though I have the 6th, but I know I have to the 10th to pay the mortgage. So I put the mortgage at the beginning of the month. And what you see is the item, the due date, and then the amount of the mortgage. The same thing with the gas, the lights, vehicle insurance. I have it listed. So I go through and I put what each one is and when the due date is. And in another color, I put the amount of each one. And this right up here, it shows the total amount for this. I can't do this, y'all, for this pay period. So I know on Friday, on March the 6th, this is how much I need to have in the bills account to cover the bills that's due, because the next time we get paid, then these bills are due and it's that amount. So some people would like to list it straight out. I can't do that. I have to put them by pay period. That way I can tell myself, okay, how much I need. Once I physically log in and pay it, I put a check mark and I put the confirmation number on the same page. This highlight means it already cleared the bills account. So remember the last time we talked about having the 2 checking accounts. One is a bill account for all the money for just the bills, nothing else. That's just that account. And then in the separate account is where you do your grocery shopping, your gas, your oil change, haircuts, nails, everything else is in that account. Your bill account, for some people, you're going to notice it's going to be off or you don't have enough money. But as you can see, on March the 27th, it says $330. So say, for example, if that paycheck says $1,800, then I'm going to leave $1,000 in a bills account and I'm going to move the $800 to the other miscellaneous account. But in that bills account, I'm going to have $1,000. So when this comes back around for April, as you can see, I have down here written April the 1st, 1 through 3. I have no bills that's due between the 1st and the 3rd. So I don't need to have extra carry over for April. And I didn't fill out April, but April is exactly the same because the first pay period is on April the 3rd. So if I had any bills due between the 1st and the 3rd, would get paid with the March 27th check, if that makes sense. So I would write that down here. And of course, I have the word none. Also at the bottom of my sheet, I have what's called notes or miscellaneous. These are the things that I know should come up and I need to be ahead of it, like Preston, like his movies and his games. So I'll write those down. If somebody has a birthday party that we're invited to, I'm going to just write that on here. But in the EveryDollar app, I already have a budget item like $50 or whatever for that. And then
and for y'all spenders, the key to that is we want to help her out. Everything that comes out has a due date, right? Movies, cosmetics, anything that has a big release time or that's people anticipate usually has some sort of due date. So to kind of help yourself out with your budget, kind of go online and see, okay, well, when does this movie come out on DVD or Blu-ray? When does this cosmetic package come out? You know, like next month, Tamika's thing is gonna be these
Disney.
These ears that she wants to get. All that stuff has due dates.
No, that's next week.
It's next month too.
Oh, next month too, yeah.
So, I mean, you can anticipate a lot of things and help out with your budget if you check the dates and see when it's coming out. That way you're not being caught off guard or trying to use money from somewhere else to spend on that because you've already made an allotment for it.
Right. So once again, like some things, like I have swimming and savings on here. So I know Tristan does swimming every week and he does karate every week. I just don't put karate on there because karate is once a month, but it is on my EveryDollar app. And sometimes I'll write karate like at the bottom or whatever. But once again, if you fill this out based on your pay period and then you write the total amount that you need, then you can say, like I said earlier, if my paycheck is $1,800, but my bills for that week is $300, then I know, okay, let me just put, what I need. But however, I will always say put extra, and that's how you start your buffer. And your bills account will always have extra in it. So then when you put the rest in the miscellaneous account, just because it's there doesn't mean to spend it. You still need to budget food. You still need to budget gas. You still need to budget everything. And that's what I like about the Every Dollar app, because you can give it all kind of titles, all kind of like miscellaneous things, and then you just go and fill it in, because we budget like $400 a month for groceries, $200 for Costco, eating out, depending on the month. Like this was our anniversary month, so we already planned ahead, and we looked at restaurants. We knew how much we wanted to spend when we went out, so we already put that in the eating out category. We knew how much we was going to spend. It was something else. Haircuts have its own line. My lashes have its own line. Everything has its own line. So then when I go back and I was like, crap, when we was getting out of debt, I can't do this. So I would start just putting zeros in some of those accounts, on those lines on the Every Dollar app, and it just wasn't going to happen. But I figured doing it this way kind of helped me see per pay period, and like I said, what's needed, because at the beginning of the month is where everybody struggled the most, because that's when your big bulk of your bills are due. Now, as you can see, literally, this is kind of like our sample. This is for all shits and giggles. This is us. But if you have debt,
because you got Christians on, that's wrong.
Sorry. So, but if you have debt, you need to put those debt payments there, and you need to put them wherever it's due. And if you see where you have a section that says 4,000 and you only bring in 2,000, and you're like, what I'm gonna do? I talked about this last Wednesday at church when we had our FPU workshop. If say your mortgage, I guess it's 2,000. Every pay period, put 500. So, but you still need to have a buffer in your account with at least 2,000. So when you get paid, you already got 2 in the bills account, and you're going to have another 2 coming. But you'll always be at least a half a payment ahead, because you're going to budget 500 per pay period and get ready for the next one.
Now, when you budgeted total, let's kind of touch on that, because you got to understand some things too. When we were doing this whole thing, some of it means y'all gonna have to do some work. Okay, yes. So take for instance, we had $400 for groceries. That didn't mean we went to Kroger and spent $400 on groceries. It came down to a couple of trips to different places trying to maximize that money. So like we'd go to Aldi and get a lot of stuff.
Dollar Tree.
Then of course, we do Dollar Tree for some things. So you may have to work a little bit, because just because you have that $400 don't mean your goal is to spend that $400, right? Same thing with some of the services and other things you may be doing. You may want to shop around and be like, well, maybe I'm spending $25 on a haircut, but I know this guy across town can cut my hair that's not that far away from me. He can cut it for a little cheaper. Maybe I save $5 or $10. I mean, it's you got to nickel and dime a little bit, but those nickel and dime all add up, right? So, I mean, even though we had $400 for groceries for the month, sometimes that we never went through that whole $400.
Nope. And so that'll be your buffer that you constantly making in that miscellaneous. And if you see where your miscellaneous account have saved more than $1,000, you need to take 500 and move it to the bills account, because you need to get a nice buffer in that account. I tell people, take whatever your biggest debt is that you pay monthly. So some people may be the mortgage. If you can get half a month mortgage in that bills account as your buffer, let that be, and you never go beyond that. And so when Dave is talking about zero-based budget, when you go on the Every Dollar app, you want to give every dollar somewhere it goes. That doesn't mean your checking account needs to be at 0. You just need to give it. If you have overtime, if your paycheck is normally $1,800 and then this paycheck it was $2,000, you live like you got that $1,800, and that other amount you go ahead and you snowball it. Right.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, even like for us, we still do that now. If we have anything extra that goes in the vacation account, goes in the savings account, you got an emergency account. We have literally 4 different savings accounts. If we want to go on vacation, we don't use our income coming in. Person will work over. I normally will have overtime maybe once a month, and I'll take that overtime and I'll put it in that vacation account, because you're not really supposed to go to vacation when you have debt. I mean, you got to do a staycation.
Yeah, but you got to live. You got
right.
I mean, if you're just working and you're not doing anything for yourself, you'll burn out.
Yes,
and
but you have to agree to do it. You have to agree to do. You can't just say, "Well, we got extra, so we can go on a vacation."
But it also don't mean start. I'm gonna start just hitting my credit cards up again, and we'll just snowball it later. No, it's gonna have to be straight cash.
Right.
That's gonna be your best bet to kind of get around things and not get set back in what you.
And what do we do when we make groceries at Walmart or Kroger?
We make groceries.
We make groceries. Oh my God. Yes, Texas people, we make groceries here. But I separate my
Everything's
bill.
separated by what it is.
Yes.
It's food items, cosmetic items, cleaning items.
We separate it.
All
when
that
we check
stuff
out.
is separated. And
So we can see the receipt.
And if we have a couple of impulse buys and that's
separate.
That's allowed through the every dollar, that's totally separate.
Yes. That way, when we go to logging into every dollar, we know where we need to put it. If we in a rush or the line is long, I will put it on the belt that way. So when I get the receipt, I can just draw a line on the Walmart receipt. But we also get $20, each one of us, in cash every time we check out. And that's our little fun money for the week, splurge, his 7-Eleven, racetrack, whatever, and stuff. So that's one of the things that we find to kind of like give ourselves a little bit, so that way we're not swiping our debit card, be like, oh, I can do this.
Y'all Starbucks drinks.
So wait, so let me tell y'all this. So let me tell y'all about him. So you know we go out last night for our anniversary dinner. I said, oh, we need cash so we can tip the
ballet.
Yes. So I told him, I said, go in my wallet and get $20 out, because I didn't know if I had cash, so we can tip.
I just took all the money. I figured we need to be prepared.
He took it all out. He said, you got $80 in that. When I get my 70, because I had broke the 20. When I get my 20, I don't have to spend it. I just keep it in there. Because if something comes up that I want, I don't have to swipe the debit card. I can use my, my cash or whatever. But I'm telling y'all, when y'all start breaking up 20s, y'all feel that pain. So I could be holding on to my 20 real good. But I could have used my money when I went to DSW, huh?
Probably could.
But that's okay. But we had in the budget for clothing. So let me tell y'all the story. So I said, okay, we staying on the script with budget. So I knew that if we spend over $50, I have to call him and tell him, hey, this is what I'm getting, blah, 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 blah. So I needed shoes for an event for work. So I was like, okay, $50, I should be able to find a pair of shoes. But I went to DSW and that did not happen. So I called Preston and I was like, so what had happened was, I know this is not in the budget, but can I have a little bit extra? And like I said before in the last video, it's not that he's keeping tabs on me or whatever, but this is how you going to get out of debt. You have to work together. If you don't work together, you're not gonna get out of debt. So he was like, okay, well, $100. So he doubled. I was like, yes, I can work with that. My shoes.
I said under $100. I did not say $100.
He said I had it on speakerphone. He said
$100. I was like, just keep it under 100.
Well, I heard 100.
I heard both of y'all can spend $100.
So wait, so I got 3 pairs of shoes for $88. I just needed $38 more.
I swear to God, I wish PLS was still around. No more DSW.
But anyway, if we don't have budget, if we don't have budget meetings, if we don't sit down and talk about it, we wouldn't have that. So a lot of times couples feel like, I don't have to tell her, I could just spend it. If I'm in the store, I can just get it. But you're not going to get out of debt like that. It's just not going to happen. What you see?
No.
It was. I'm gonna have to do another video for them shoes so y'all can see them shoes. I'm just saying so y'all can see them shoes. So I don't have that many shoes. So to reiterate, because I know some people just jumping on right quick, we're gonna do this, and then I have my friend sitting right here, so she's gonna have some questions and she's gonna put us on the spot. I don't know how many questions she has. So, but just to reiterate, put it per pay period. If you get paid once a month or twice a month or however, you do the same thing. You put the pay periods and the bills with the due date between the 1st and the 12th get paid with this check and so forth. And then, like I said, you write the due date and you write the amount that it is, and you just do it like that. And the total is how much you need for that pay period. And then once you pay it, you check it, you put the confirmation number, and then once it comes out your bill account, you highlight it so you can quickly say, okay, that bill came out, I'm done. That bill is paid, I'm done. But like I said, you have a separate bill account. So when y'all have your auto payments coming in, you don't have to try to figure out. Oh, a picture? Okay, I'll post one later, but I'll just hold it up so y'all can stop it and then screenshot it. And I'll just leave it like that. So just by your pay period. And then, like I said, at the bottom, you just write any notes. But the EveryDollar app, I don't know how to, I'm gonna have to make a video to kind of screen grab or whatever the EveryDollar app. But it's really easy, but you're gonna need about a good hour when you first do it. But EveryDollar helps with all the other miscellaneous stuff. This is just for your monthly bills. You and your spouse, or you and your accountability partner, whoever you do, if you're single, you can do this too. You're gonna have to sit down and you're gonna have to talk about it. And your spouse can't be like, well, my money go in my checking account. Nope, it goes into the family check. Thank you. It was hard to see. But you know, I know you're not. So yeah, so I'm gonna screenshot it and I'm gonna post it on Facebook and stuff like that. So with the shoes. Okay, so Portia. Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn my ringtone off. And it's just my child trying to FaceTime. He's probably, whatever. Okay, Portia, go ahead with your question. One of your questions, whichever one you want to start first.
Okay, so once I have my budget set up, what do I do if my bills are more than what I bring home?
Okay, so if your bills are more than what you bring home, the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to look through. First, you're going to say, okay, what do I need for the 4 walls? So the 4 walls is your rent, your mortgage, your light, your water, your gas, those things. So then you look at your miscellaneous budget and like for haircuts, for groceries, for whatever, and you say, okay, can I tweak that first? Then if that doesn't happen, you got to give up Netflix. You got to give up Hulu. You got to give up Disney Plus. You're going to have to give up internet. You're going to have to probably change your cell phone data plan. I mean, like I said, we had to switch some things around, and people be like, well, I could just go work.
Well, give it up, but also try to see if there's ways around it. How can you tweak it, like, or there is, like, through your cell phone providers, there's some sort of bundle I could get where I can save a lot of money. I mean, if the stuff you need to have on top of that, the thing is you have to shop around once again. You might be able to pull it off. It might be tight, but you might be able to pull it off and still have the resources you need at your house. I mean, giving up internet is a big one nowadays because so much is done online. It's not just about entertainment; it's about business. Right. So you just need to just shop.
So say if you have your internet bill and you have the max 300, 400, 500, you may have to go down to 200 for at least a little while. It's not permanent. It's
that or find one of your neighbors that didn't put a password on his Wi-Fi, and hopefully he got some good stuff going, and you can use his Wi-Fi. I'm just saying. I ain't telling you to do that, but it's an option.
But it is an option. Or if you had to give up your internet, you can always go to the public library. If you're really cool with your neighbor, just go over. If you guys, people, and that's the thing, we are so technology based, we feel like we can't give up things, but it's okay to give up things. It's okay to say, no, I can't go there. It's okay to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't give your kid a gift for the birthday party or whatever. You can always, go to Dollar Tree and get a card for 50 cents and say sorry. Anyway.
Just find something on clearance and get it for the kid.
Yes, but like I said, you just put that in your miscellaneous budget. But like I said, if your bills are more than what you bring home, you're gonna really have to sit down and try to figure out. And that's where most couples struggle, because if they both knew what the other was doing and brought it together, then it wouldn't be so hard. And if they both say, you know what, I acknowledge I'm spending too much eating out. We had no, you wasn't there last Wednesday, but we had someone that said they took their checking account and did what I say, go in it with the highlighter with green. Every place was an eating out charge highlighted in green. Add it up. He realized he spent over $600 eating out. Him, his wife, getting stuff for the family. It will add up.
I mean, case in point. So one night at work, and once you start getting into this, you get into a groove of things, you kind of like watch where your money goes and everything else. Some things that probably didn't bother you in the past will bother you in the present. So like one night I went to work, I go to 7-Eleven, my sergeant, he didn't have his, whatever. He don't care. So we go there. He didn't have his. He forgot his card. So what I did, I got his stuff. It was like, and my stuff was like $10. Okay. So then later on for lunch, I went to Wingstop, right? So I mean, this is
we budget for Fridays for him to eat out.
Right.
So Fridays is his eat out and lunch. So we knew that.
So
It
was the whole thing, right? So we go to Wingstop, and sometimes the first responders they will
50%
give us
off.
a break for us going in there. Well, I didn't get that 50%, so I spent the full price, $15. So I just blew $25 in a shift with something I never do. And honestly, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I done spent $25 in one shift.
He called me
What
at
the hell am I
midnight.
doing? You know, I'm texting my son, I was like, man, screw this. I'm bringing sandwiches or something more. I can't be doing this. You know, it had me freaked out. Now, you would have called me 2 years ago, I wouldn't have cared. 2-3 years ago, I wouldn't have cared. Or before we did the whole journey, I wouldn't have cared. But that one time, and I mean, I was spazzing out. It was ridiculous.
Yes.
Because I'm just not used to spending money like that.
Yes.
Especially when I'm at work. Usually I bring my lunch, or I'll find other ways. If we have something brought to the PD, I just eat that or whatever. You know, because I just don't want to spend that money. I mean, I'm at work. You know, I'm there to make money, not spend it. Right. So it's like that was just one of those episodes where I realized how much I had changed from when we started this to now. I mean, I was freaking out, like horribly freaking out.
So that's the thing too, is some people are like, oh, just $1 here, or it's the McDonald's break for $2.50 there. But that mess will start adding up. So I'd rather spend the money to get groceries, to get what I need. And what Preston would do, if I fix it at night, he'll pack it up in the morning, but he will always make sure I have breakfast so I don't have to stop at McDonald's. Even if I eat eggs every day. It's just different type of eggs. Every morning, I'm eating eggs, scrambled, sunny side, boiled eggs, omelets. I'm eating eggs every day with a fruit or something, and I don't mind it. I just know I'm not spending the money. Yeah. So when we do steaks, so let's talk about, if you want to talk about steaks. So, that's one of your questions. Oh, so I'm gonna hit your question right back.
Okay.
Go ahead. The next question.
Okay, so I'll jump to this one since people are asking about that. So what about extras like eating out, date night, like kids' school activities? How do you fit that into the budget? Okay,
so kids' activities in the EveryDollar app. Like if I know Tristan has something coming up and I need to pay for a field trip, so sometimes the teacher will send you the email, whatever, a month in advance. I'm just a real nerd. My whole book is filled out from March until December. I will flip to that sheet or that month and write it at the top, so that when I'm doing that particular month, I can budget for it. And once again, like I said, on the EveryDollar app, I have a section that says education. And under education, it'll say field trips, others, lunch money. So everything will go under that, because we don't send Tristan with lunch. He eats lunch at school every day. Since he's the last one, right?
It's easier for us financially to tackle that.
$75. every month we have to budget for it. So, however, if I see where that's one of the things I need to change, and I'm like, we can't do 75, maybe we can do 50, then I'll go to saying, okay, well, every Monday and Wednesday you bring lunch home, and Tuesday, Thursday, Friday you can eat at school, or I flip-flop it like that. When it comes to date night, also, is it a special occasion? Is it a birthday? Is it an anniversary? Yeah. So we had already been planning our anniversary dinner, since February, end of January, February.
Yeah, we kind of start figuring it out after the New Year.
So the first thing is we came up with a budget. We say $250 was the cutoff. We're not spending over $250. That's with tips and everything. We knew that. So then once we got that set, then it goes like, so if we were, and we have done this when we were getting out of debt. We knew, say, 250, 170, I think it was like 175 at that time. Well, we knew we had to give up something the previous month because we needed that money to roll over for March. Yeah. So this is like a tit for tat type of thing. You have to give up something in order to get something until you get out of debt. You can't just be saying, oh, it's Friday night, let's go get a steak. It ain't happening.
Well, you can do that, but it can't be at Capital Grill or some of these high-end places.
Well, if you're filing debt, you ain't seen the inside of a restaurant.
And that's true. But if you just absolutely positively have to go do it, Texas Roadhouse, okay? You can't go.
Yes. So my plan is I kind of feel like this is how you people say my calling is, because I can sit down and look at other people's bills and be done with it in an hour, maybe two, and they be like, oh, I didn't think about doing it that way. So yes, eventually, but to go back, so if you have to eat out, you have to make it a reason, a celebration. And when we were getting out of debt, we would share plates. People would look at us like we was crazy, but we would share plates. We'll try to both come up with something. We'll get one appetizer. We'll get one main course, and then we'll tell them to bring an extra plate.
Really, when you think about it, it's healthy anyway.
Yes.
The service they give in one person is outrageous.
Yeah.
I mean, when you split it up, you realize, damn, this is enough for two people.
Especially if both of y'all bringing something home, or if you bringing something home and he eating it the next day or whatever, so you might as well just split it. And even then, like yesterday, we were like trying to figure out what appetizers, we wanted to get and stuff. So it was the same thing. So we didn't split no plate. It was our anniversary. Yes. So, but to talk about when you go to the grocery store and you want to get steaks, sometimes we had to flip through that sale, and if we had it was T-bones that was on sale.
You hate to cook. Well, I can tell you now, I'm not.
Well, guess what? We cooking right now while we doing this. You're gonna have to find out and figure out what can I fix that can last for 2 days. Simple. Taco salad, spaghetti and meatballs, red beans and rice, something that can last for 2 days. You can do baked chicken, like get leg quarters and cut them up, legs and thighs. You can say one night legs, next night thighs. Mac and cheese with that. You can come up with something. But Preston cooks when it's his short week. I cook when it's his long week. That way we can go off, but we try to fix beans. Yes, Monday beans. We just can't have the rice, but Monday beans. So you just have to sit down. And another thing we do is on Sunday, we plan our menu out. I'll go on Pinterest and try to find like 30-minute meals, quick and easy meals or something. On Wednesdays and Friday, we don't cook. Wednesdays is normally hot dogs because we have church, so hot dogs and fries in the air fryer. And on Fridays, we go to Papa Murphy's. Sometimes, it all depends. And we'll get the $7 New York pizza, and then we'll come home and add wings or something to it that way and stuff like that. So you just have to figure out what works for you. But once again, go to your food budget. Look at how much you set aside for food budget. And Papa Murphy's, since it's take home and bake it, that falls under our food budget. Okay, what's the next question?
Let's go back to the budget. I noticed on your budget.
Yes, the budget. So some people just coming in. So this is our budget.
So on your budget, you have savings.
Yes.
So let's say I don't have my emergency fund set up. So then all of my savings is going to go to my emergency fund.
Correct.
So once I do have my emergency fund set up at the $1,000, then what do I do as far as saving?
Okay, so once you get So once you get to your $1,000 in your emergency fund, if you're single, $500 in your emergency fund, and then we gonna talk about Alexis and her emergency fund. Stop it, Alexis. So once you get to your $1,000, then you're not saving anymore. Now it's time to start snowball. What she said? My husband has a shopping problem. Help him too. Well, you need to tell him to get on here and we can do that. So no shopping.
Don't point at me. My shopping problem is cheap. What kind of shopping problem are we talking about here?
Yes.
You see, it's like my shopping problem is $20. And you talking about like a Ed Jordan shopping problem.
So
you got a real problem.
So what you're gonna have to do is, if you know your husband likes to shop, y'all gonna have to sit down, have a budget meeting, say, okay, how much do you need in the shopping budget, the clothing budget, and you budget for it.
Reasonable. If you start getting the hundreds of dollars, this way it comes to sacrifice. You can't, if you're trying to get this budget together, and we're talking about a spending issue where we got hundreds of dollars being thrown away, that's a problem.
Yes.
Mine's is easy to reel back because I get my supplements and I try to find that stuff on the cheap. You know, I like movies, I like games, but even with the games, before we did any of this, my thing was to get it used. I was always looking for it to get it used because I hate spending the money.
Yes.
So if you're dealing with someone who's impulsive, that has no problem just splurging on things, really expensive things, well, unfortunately for that person, it's going to have to be a sacrifice, period. Right. He's going to have to settle for lesser things to kind of satisfy that urge, because the reality is you're not going to get anywhere if you're spending money like that.
His favorite line is when it's on.
Yeah, how much
sale.
of a sale are we talking? I mean, if it's if you're talking about like $50, okay. You're talking about a sale where it's $150 pair or piece or whatever, and it's $100. That's still a considerable amount of money to be spending.
Right.
You know, especially if it's stuff that you don't need. You know, the way I look at clothes, I mean, like right now, you see me, I got on a t-shirt and I got on jeans.
I got on Mickey.
Anyway. She didn't buy that shirt. You know, you need to start, look at your wardrobe like, do I really need any more stuff here?
Yes.
You know, I mean, if it's that type of spending,
don't nobody know when you bought that.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have a date on it. Bell bottoms are coming back in style. And how many of y'all got rid of y'all bell bottoms? I'm just saying, they're coming back in style. Only you know when it is. So what I would say is just budget for it. But if you're trying to get out of debt, you're going to have to say no to, are y'all doing a version of Financial Peace? Yes. So basically, right now we are mentors for Financial Peace at our church. So I figured this was a good time. So whatever I do the following week, when we get together on his Sunday off, I'm sorry, then we'll go ahead and we'll kind of like introduce it. I sell my older clothes too. Yes, if you sell your older clothes, then you can use that and you can put it for your snowball. But for right now, we just need for y'all to sit down and figure out the monthly budget, how much is coming in, how much is going out for household bills first. Okay, what's your next question?
You didn't answer the first question.
What's the first one? What would you say?
Second question.
If you got more money, more bills coming in than going out?
You answered that question.
Yes.
You didn't answer the third question. So my third question, because we did have people join in.
Yes.
So the question was, bring your list back up again.
Which one?
Your paper.
Okay.
Yes.
So the household, the monthly bills, just for bills, household bills.
So at the beginning.
After the savings?
Yes. At the beginning, you have to have your emergency savings.
Yes.
Correct. But once I have my emergency savings set up, which if you're single, it's $500.
Yes.
If you're married, it's $1,000.
Right.
Then if I'm going to do savings, where do I put it in regular savings? Like how do I do that?
Okay, so when you setting up your emergency fund, you have to get just a regular savings account with your bank. If your bank has fees or anything, we use Capital One 360 for certain things, and you want to move that money away where you can't see. You need to keep that $1,000 there because Murphy will show up when you don't expect it. Once you get to the $1,000, if you can continue to budget that same amount, that's going to go towards your debt snowball. But we'll talk about debt snowball the next video. So yes, put it in just a normal savings account. Once you get out of debt, once you get get ready to do your 3 to 6 months, then you can put it in a money market savings account. It just earn a little bit more interest. That's where we have our 3 to 6 months emergency fund in a money market account, but you have to have a certain dollar amount to put it in that account and stuff like that. Next question. And she's texting. And she's still texting. What's your next question? I got
that's it.
That's all your questions?
I had a point earlier. When
Okay,
we were
go
talking
ahead.
about when you were talking about Tristan and his school lunch.
Yes.
And you said that it works for y'all because he's the only kid in the in school.
Yes.
To pay for him to eat lunch at school.
Correct.
I know something that I did with my kids. I have 3 in school, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
But it was actually what I found out cheaper for me to let them buy lunch at school than it was for me to buy all the stuff that I did to take to
and that comes, but
lunch.
that comes with the person sitting down, figuring out how much I'm spending. Yep. So if you want to, you can go to the store and say, I'm just gonna buy everything my kids need for lunch for the week. And where you see, once you total and you check out and you're just like, crap, I would spend less if I just let y'all eat lunch for $2.50 at school than spending $60, or whatever. So you have to figure out where it works for, hey, happy you're here. So you just have to figure out where it works for you when you have kids in school. But since we still have more people that's jumping in, I'm going to go through this one more time. Remember, monthly budget. This is just for your household bills. Go to the Every Dollar app, download that to help with this, and also for the miscellaneous. But you need to sit down and figure out how much you're spending per pay period. If you get 4 or if you get 2. And like I said, you just have to figure out how much you're spending, but you need to get that bill checking account away from your regular spending with at least a $500 buffer in that checking account, because you're going to have some months where it's a little off. Now, if you have that month when you get paid 3 times in it, that don't give you a free pass to go make it rain. That whole check needs to go in the bill account, because remember, the next time you get paid the following month is going to be a gap. So you're going to have that money there, because your bills from the 1st to the 10th probably is going to be due if you don't have a spouse that get paid on the 1st, or whatever that first Friday is. So don't be thinking I got paid 3 times and I can go do whatever. You're going to have to change your lifestyle in order to make this work. You're going to have to do it. So now I know she don't want me to talk about it, but of course, it's going to be talked about because it helps with the budget. So if you don't budget for emergencies and you always just shopping and eating out and stuff like that, you won't have the money. If we would not have had the emergency fund that we have, homegirl wouldn't have got her car fixed. $4,944.25 cold cash. About $1,500 of that was her money, but the rest was ours. We had to move money from the savings account, put it in the checking account. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my question is to y'all, to those that are still hanging with us, because we're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes. If you had that, and I want y'all to chime in. I want y'all to ask questions. I want y'all to jump in. If you had an emergency, you had a car repair, say that car repair was only $1,500, maybe $2,000. Don't go jumping and say, oh, I'm going to just buy a new car because that's better. No, pay yourself a car note. If you want a car note, just pay yourself $500 every month.
That's actually what Dave suggests.
Yes, after you get out of that, after you snowball and stuff like that. But if you want a car note, pay yourself a car note. Long as that car is running, it gets you to work, it gets you, to the grocery store, it gets your kids to the doctor, whatever. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. But she learned her lesson, so now she understands, but she wants to be an adult. So this is what part of being an adult is. So now she's on the payment plan to pay us back. She has to pay us back. So with that, anyone have any questions before we end? Let's see. We got like 8 people that's still watching. I'm trying to go back and see. We answered that question. His favorite when it's on sale. That's where I'm at. Sacrifice. Yes, you have to sacrifice. My husband have a shopping problem. We can talk to him about his shopping. Beans and rice and beans. Well, yes. Yeah, go ahead and turn it off. See, we trying to cook now. We about to eat after 9 o'clock. I don't think any other things came in. Any other things you want to share, Portia? That you can think of? Okay, so my friend is behind the screen. She is walking her journey. She is getting out of debt. I have her on a budget. I really do. So when she walk in there with Starbucks, I give her the look. And I give her the look. And I give her the look. And she's like, damn it. So, yes. So she knows. I really enjoyed you guys doing these lives. Thank you. Bless. She's me. No, well, just a little bit. Just a little bit. So once again, like I say, we talked about the monthly budget. If you see where you have more money going out than coming in, you're gonna have to start making some. You're gonna have to start making some sacrifices, some changes. But it's only temporary. If I can leave y'all with anything, it's only you're gonna fight, you're gonna scream, you're gonna cuss, you're gonna have it, but y'all have to work together.
Y'all want Starbucks? There's your Starbucks right there. Look, Starbucks from Ross.
How much is it?
$6.99.
Yes, and it's what 10 of them in there. 10 for $6.99. And some of y'all going to Starbucks spending $5.
Now, if you're sophisticated and want the cafe mocha latte with the extra shot of soy and whatever.
No, I got
regular coffee, please.
Yes, or you can get the little sweeteners, and stuff like that. You just have to make a sacrifice for a little while. I mean, if you go to Racetrack every morning to get that drink, and you do that for 30 days, you add that up. That's $30. You probably could have did $30, $40. You could have did something else with. Cheaper than Starbucks. So we are going to end the video. Hopefully y'all can rewatch it. I will remember to take a picture of this and I will upload it. I'll probably make an album on here and just call it a debt one. But this is like basically our bills, but just the numbers are a little different. But this is basically all we have for the month. Yes, so I will rewrite it and I will write it to where you can see it and hope it makes sense. Like I said, whatever system you have is not wrong. I just need to do you coupon. I just started couponing again. Yes, I still coupon here or there, especially I don't buy like a lot of box stuff. I do shampoos, conditioners, soap powders, because we're not picky when it comes to we picky with our toilet paper, and we have plenty. We're not none of them crazy people. I only have one that I get, so there's never a coupon for that. So yes, I do coupon. I have a budget for couponing. I even have a budget for purchasing my couponing. So nothing really stops once you get debt free. It just doesn't.
You're gonna fall sometimes. You're gonna backslid a little bit. That's the whole part of it. I mean, it's not. I don't think anybody can really do this and do it perfectly forever. You're gonna have problems.
No.
It just is what it is.
Right. But like I said, these videos is only so people can say, oh, I know someone that did this journey. Because you can watch all the YouTube videos you want, you can go whatever, but until you can touch and shake someone or personally talk to them that went through this journey, then you feel like you can really do it. You can get ahead. And I don't care how much money you make, you still need the budget, because you won't realize how much money you're blowing until you really need it. So I think that is it. But yeah, so hopefully this video doesn't take long for it to save and whatever it needs to do, and then y'all can rewatch it.
It's gonna take long with everybody home for the coronavirus.
Not us. We gotta jacked up. Oh my God, the internet been so bad today. That's a topic. Okay, we gotta
how to deal with your budget in the coronavirus.
Okay. Yes,
get sick and tell your boss you got corona.
So next Sunday, I'm about to let you guys go for so many personal splurge days. Yes, you have to stop those splurge days. You just have to say, I don't need it. So the next video, we March the 29th, 8 o'clock, same place here in our kitchen. And we're going to talk about how do you snowball your debt. So remember, you can't snowball until you get that emergency fund done first. You have to have it, because Murphy will show his ugly head. Go home, Roger. Yes, we out of here. So until the next time, send me some messages. We'll get back to y'all. But thanks for hanging out and rewatch the video. Hopefully we wasn't all over the place.
We already went over time. It's
oh my God, you say 30
minutes.
minutes. Whatever. Okay, we'll see y'all next time. Say bye, Preston.
Bye, Preston.
Oh my